Hello, everybody. This is Pamela Joy Pontone. I am a licensed massage therapist in New York City, and I am currently quarantined, as you probably are too. So now that we have established that we have so much in common, I thought I would share with you all a cupping protocol I just developed. It's called Kiss My Bum and Listen to What I Have to Say. So this cupping protocol I developed partly as a response to so much that's going on, and partly also as helping along the restorative process of our bodies. A lot of us who are feeling stagnant, who don't know what to do with ourselves, who are so used to the opposite extreme of overexertion and never resting, we're suddenly encountered with extreme moments of yin, of having to relax, having to rest, lack of errands and things to busy ourselves with. And now is the time that we can start to try to unravel some postural issues we've accumulated and probably solidified in ourselves for years unknowingly. I also thought this protocol would be helpful right now due to the fact that in less than a week, on May 7th, apparently at 6:45 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, I believe, is going to be the next full moon. And it's going to be a special full moon because, as some of us know, full moons and the moon in general, in astrological sense, has a lot to do with our emotional selves, our comfort zones, our roots, and for a lot of us, relationships we have with our mother, even with female figures in general. So in this full moon, we're going to see an opposition with Mercury. Mercury is a planet that's, in a sense, much removed from the moon. It can be. It's a much more cerebral planet, a planet that has to do with communication, both verbal, it could be technological. It has a lot more to do with communication, sometimes from a cerebral, more intellectual stance, whereas the moon is very emotional. So a lot of times during full moons, we experience outbursts, volcanic eruptions of our repressed emotions, which had been repressed throughout the prior month due to whatnot. It could be societal pressures, the stagnating pressures of certain relationship dynamics, whatnot, or pressures we put on ourselves. So a lot of times full moon time is when we experience volatile, volcanic outbursts of the heart. Whereas seeing an opposition to Mercury, we might experience a whole other kind of sense of clashing when it comes to the actual verbal communication of those repressed emotions, which sometimes take us by surprise. So I thought it'd help us unlock some muscles that have to do with these aspects of ourselves. Part of the cupping protocol is going to involve releasing the quadratus lumborum muscles, which are muscles of the lower back, where I'm right here, which attach, they begin from the lower ribs and they attach onto the iliac crest, or as some people say, the upper pelvis. So right along here, it's kind of like a half fan-shaped muscle that coasts sometimes right off the side of the back muscles. So this is a postural muscle. Sometimes it holds emotional stuff from our hips. It also helps with inhalation, with breathing. So this is the moon aspect of the full moon Kiss My Booty protocol. Whereas also I will have us cup along here, along sternal costal attachments and clavicular attachments of pectoralis major muscle, which is also where some interior muscles of the neck end up hiding and inserting just along the upper ribs. So I'm going to have us work with this duality of moon, lower back, and Mercury, lower neck, and chest, which also has to do with the lungs and the heart meridian, which is emotional as well. So I'm going to start us out. I'm going to take some body balm that I made freshly with aloe that I have hiding on the plant, like a little fairy ball. And I'm just going to take a little dabble of that. I'm going to put it in all the areas I'm red from practicing and along the neck, right here, just under the clavicle, which are these two bones right here, kind of like eyebrows. So then I'm going to have us start out. We're just going to do a couple of rounds of cat-cow. So you're going to breathe deeply. You're going to try to enclose the front of your body and expose the back. And then you're going to do the opposite. You're going to work with this opposition, elongating the lower back and shortening the front of the body, and then doing the opposite, elongating the abdominal muscles up to the upper neck and shortening all along your lower back from the posterior. So then I'm going to have us stay with this contracted right here. Try to keep that sensation. Imagine almost like your sacrum right here, this triangular bone. Imagine it's almost like a flat pancake, and it's trying to almost flip back up to the ceiling. So you're going to keep this contracted back here. I'm just going to roll this up, expose down here a little, and then you're going to grab a cup. You're going to cup right along there. So you're going to coast right off of the spine, and right where you feel a kind of elastic feeling, that's the QL. So try to keep yourself contracted in your lower back. Do a few pumps. Get it stationed good. And keep going. We're going to do it on the other side. Right where I'm red. Good job. It will probably pinch. So you're going to inhale, exhale, and then I'm just going to have you wiggle your hips. So as you shorten one side, the other side elongates. So this side is elongating, and vice versa. Now over here you see things elongating. So you're going to keep going. Try to feel that connection. Try to almost imagine your hip is trying to listen to the corresponding ear. And then you'll probably feel a little stretch on the other side, and vice versa. So now this side is stretching. So then you're going to let that go, and you're going to get a couple more cups. And you're going to cup right where I'm red from practicing. Don't mind my long nails, it's from quarantine. So you're going to feel, once again, that clavicle right there. It's like a big fat eyebrow, like a Charlie Chaplin eyebrow just glued right there. And the other side. So you're going to try to go right below it and close to the sternum, which is right, this bone right in the center, holding it all together. So you can also try to tilt your chin in a little bit and try to imagine you're listening to that shoulder and go in. Then vice versa. You're going to tilt your chin down. You can tilt it a little to the side. Trying to close up the sternocleidomastoid muscle. Do a few pumps. The sternocleidomastoid muscle are these muscles right here, which kind of bulge out when you're pissed or lifting weights, etc. So then we're going to go back to the cat-cow. And this time you're going to start to feel the opposition with the cups as well. So you're going to inhale and then exhale. So feel your chest closing up and feel your lower back opening up. And then let it go again. And then you're just going to come down into a child's pose. Try to take it easy here. Try to drop as gradually as you can. And you're going to feel your lower back open up. Take a few breaths there. And then inhale. open up. Exhale, come back down. And then on your forearms, use them to propel you forward, and inhale, open up. You can also kind of play around, keep those cups on. You can try to like turn your head towards one shoulder, then you can kind of tilt your chin up towards the ceiling. And you'll feel that whole stretch along the sternocleidomastoid muscle, along to where it kind of becomes friends with the medial sides of your pecs. You can inhale, come back up, then do the same on the other side. Drop this ear, and then try to tilt your chin up to that corner, exposing this whole muscle here, where it comes down and then lets the pecs take over. You can also kind of adjust your jaw, as I just did. So come back up, and then do whatever you want. You can meditate. You can call up your worst enemy and yell at them. I'm just kidding. Or whatever else. Then eventually when you feel ready, you can just pop off the cups. And that's it. Drink a lot of water and rest, and get ready for May 7th. It's gonna be special.